It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day. I actually need to say something in this video. I'm so tired. Today I'm a little bit of a zombie because at 3:30 this morning I finally finished writing When the Curtain Falls. I almost said On the Other Side then, which I definitely finished writing at least 2 years ago. But that's where my brain is at the moment. That is the standard of function for my brain today, which is worrying considering I have rehearsals and meetings about my album today. Don't know how much use I'm gonna be. I sobbed for the last hour of writing the book last night, partly because it's the end of a book and it's sad, partly because I was delirious because it was 3 AM. I'd been sat writing the end of the book for about 6 hours, maybe about 7, from about like 8:30 I reckon. I sat down and was like, right, here we go. And then I sort of didn't really move until 3 AM, 3:30. I've never filmed me finishing a book before. I don't know why I'd never had that idea before. I guess I'd just been so engrossed in the writing that I hadn't thought about it, but I thought about it a few days ago and was like, yeah, I need to remember to do that. I mean, it's not very exciting, it's me just sat there sobbing over my laptop, but it was nice to sort of document the actual moment when I wrote the words, the end. That's a nice thing that I have now forever, which is lovely. And that's the hard part done now, I think. I think the hardest part of writing is getting the idea out of your head, getting the fully formed idea, all the dialogue, all of the narrative, just getting it all out, because then it's easier to sort of rejigger things around and to edit it and to cut bits and add little bits here and there and to shift bits about. That's the easy bit. It's still hard, but that's relatively easy compared to just getting everything out of your brain. So I am ever so grateful that bit is done. I know there's still a lot of work to be done on it though. There's still things that I need to go back and sort of change, and there's ideas that I had halfway through and I was like, well, I can't concentrate on that now because I need to just finish the story. So I sort of noted it down and I'll go back to it later, which is essentially going to be the next couple of days. And then I'll send it off to my editor, who I think is thrilled that I've finally finished this book, because I am 2 months past my deadline already. Sorry, Hannah. Sorry. And from there, I think proof copies will be made. We didn't have time to make them for All That She Can See because I handed it in so late, but I'm hoping that we get proof copies for When the Curtain Falls, because it really helps just to build excitement around the book before the book's published in July, because we'll send them out to press, I'll send them out to my friends and my family, who I hope will then read and enjoy and start talking about it, which is the main thing. I think my mum especially is just very, very excited to read this book, because obviously she's been around my entire life, so she's watched my love of theatre and writing run parallel, and now she's watching them be combined. So I think she's excited to read this book. And I always feel like I'm sort of writing books for my mum, because we always used to sort of read the same kinds of books when I was growing up. I want to write the books that me and my mum would have shared when I was younger, which I guess is why I try and write in a way that everyone can enjoy. My books are classed as women's fiction, but I want as many people as possible to be able to pick it up and read it and not feel lost. Because when I was younger, the books that I would read, my mum would read, and vice versa. The books that she would read, I would read, and we'd always find books that were like a nice happy medium. So I want to write books like that mums, daughters and grandmothers can read. So the next bit now is editing and making sure everything is as it should be, and then copy editing, which is mainly like grammar and the last few sort of structural bits of the book that maybe I'd missed or just not explained well enough, and then it's done. Then it's done, and then it will be out for you guys to enjoy in July, on July the 12th. You can pre-order it now if you would like to, and I feel better about saying you can pre-order it now that the book is actually finished. And lots of just can't speak today. And lots of people have been asking about whether there's going to be a book tour. We're trying to arrange one. It's kind of hard to figure out what I'm going to be doing nearer that time, and whether I'm going to be able to do a book tour. There will be a book tour no matter what, but it just depends on whether it's around the book actually coming out in July or whether it's a little bit later. but hopefully we'll be able to sync it up as well as possible. I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm a zombie.
I'm not surprised. You just finished writing a fucking book. I'd be dead. I want to go on a cruise for 7 months if I've just finished writing a book. Where was your favourite place on tour when you were writing the book? Did you have like a little favourite place where you'd go and write it and you thought, oh, this is nice?
There was a little desk in Wolverhampton. Do you remember the house in Wolverhampton?
Yeah.
There was a little desk in the corner, and there was a few days where I got up before the both of you and would sit down. In fact, it was when I got a new batch of notes for the first part of the book, and so I sat downstairs and went through them all. And that was nice.
Like remember that little that cafe that had plants in?
The Brothy Shop.
Yes.
There's this place in Southend that there's very little around the theatre in Southend, like coffee shop, food shop wise. You have to sort of walk all the way down the seafront until you get to like the little town centre. But there was this little coffee / florist opposite stage door that Ollie and I called the Flothy Shop because it was flowers and coffee. I don't think I ever wrote in there though.
Did you not?
No. It's because Ollie always came with me and I felt like I had to entertain him, so I couldn't just sit and write.
Like an absolute child.
Yeah, I had to like look after him for a little bit.
So he didn't fucking stick his fingers in the cactus.
I made a list of all the places that I wrote All That She Can See and what I was eating whilst I was writing that book, because the whole book is about like food and stuff. Yeah. Le Petit Four in Nottingham, the Quillian Brothers in Newcastle, Rumpus Cosy in Plymouth, Marmaduke, Sheffield.
Rumpus Cosy?
Do you remember the Rumpus Cosy?
Yes.
Icon Gallery in Birmingham, the JW Marriott Marquee, in Dubai, and I made a list of all the things that I was eating.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Oh, the memories.
Ah, the memories. Okay, it's time for me to go. Sorry, did I make you jump there? It's time for me to go. I've got album rehearsals today. I'm seeing Oliver Ormson today. And tomorrow I'm seeing Eugenius.
Yeah.
Behind me.
My God.
I'm seeing Eugenius with Scott in it tomorrow. So yeah, hope you have a lovely day. Thank you for joining me on day 30. Is today 30? Day 30 of 3 Cheers for New Year's. Just one day left. And so far we have raised over £17,000 with Gift Aid. What I'm gonna do is the deadline for prizes is tomorrow at midnight, but I'm gonna keep the page open just in case people want to donate past that, because you know, we wanna raise as much money as we possibly can. So I will probably keep the page open like a week into February, and then WWF, Copperfield and Girl Guiding will all get a wonderful amount of money to go towards their charity and doing good for the world. That's what we like. So remember to go and donate to potentially win prizes. The deadline for prizes is tomorrow at midnight. And thank you for joining me. Goodbye. Mwah.